Hello, everybody. This is Katy Purry, the Maine Coon cat, and I'm her human. But today, we're going to start talking about her breed. Oh, so cute, like you're on cue. What a cutie. All right, so we've been talking about cats in general. We're obviously cat lovers here because that's why we're here. But now I want to talk a little bit about Maine Coon cats in particular, because they're a fascinating breed. Their characteristics, their temperament, even their history. It really is pretty neat information. So let's talk about that. I want to first, we're going to talk a little bit about the physical characteristics, because that's kind of what jumps out. That's kind of the big thing with Maine Coons are their size. All right, so Maine Coons are one of the largest domesticated breeds. All right, now the males can weigh between 15 and 25 pounds, or about close to 7 kilos, as much as 13 and almost 13 and a half kilos. And females weighing between 10 and 15 pounds. You need to know they can get a whole lot bigger than that. Katie's father's 35 pounds. I don't know the weight of her mom, but Katie's dad is a hoss. So they get very, very big. Now, let's talk about their coat. Their coat is fantastic. They have a distinctive shaggy coat with soft, very fluffy undercoat and a longer guard hair layer. The coat is water resistant, all right, and comes in a variety of colors and patterns. Katie, it certainly on the first appearance looks white. She's not. Her dad is a silver Maine Coon, and her mom's are red. So the darker, you can't really tell, but the darker spots on her as she matures, just the tips of those hairs will turn red. Spectacular. What a beautiful cat. All right, now, so let's talk about their ears. Their ears, Maine Coons have large, tufted ears that are wide at the base, and they taper to a point. They're beautiful. Some of them have really long hair growing off the tops of them. The tips of the hair on hers are growing. It's very, very adorable. Now, their tails are one of their most the biggest characteristic is their tails. Their tails are long, flowing, and very, very furry. Now, I have two cats, and we have a Tortie who's going to be 4 in July, and we have Katie. The Tortie, her name is Squirrel. When she walks around, her tail is behind her. When Katie walks around, Katie's tail is straight up in the air. And it's amazing how fluffy her tail is. It really is incredible how fluffy it is. Their paw size are huge. I did a video recently where I used this guitar pick as a point of reference. Okay, and I put this beside the paw of our almost 4-year-old Tortie, and then next to the paw of Katie. Katie's just over 5 months, just a little 5 months and a week almost. And her paw is so much bigger. Their paws are huge. They're very tufted, and there's a lot of hair. I mean, long hair between their toe beans. Now, it's said that it helps them act like snowshoes, helping them navigate snowy terrain. I don't know. I've had cats my whole life. We lived in Vermont. They never had problems navigating snowy terrain. I think the fur is simply just to keep their feet warm. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's what the key is. And it's funny because in the house, we have tile floors, and she has learned to drift into corners. If she's running and she's going to make a corner, she drifts and she's controlling the slide. It's hilarious to watch. As far as their temperament, here's the interesting thing. They're cats. I have a Tortie. The Tortie's a cat. I mean, for all intent and purpose, tigers and lions are cats. You know what I mean? But as far as the temperament and the way they behave is very, very it really is very, very different than most cats. It's an interesting thing to see in front of you. As far as intelligence, it is said that Maine Coon cats are highly intelligent. They're known for their problem solving skills and their ability to learn tricks. She plays fetch already. She jumps from the floor into this basket. I don't mean up on while it's sitting here, but I'll hold the basket. I did it in the live stream. You may have seen it. And now what we're doing is we're working on making it higher and higher and jumping. She's eventually going to be jumping on my shoulder, and I don't know how long that'll last because she's going to be a big girl, but we'll see. In addition to that, I put on there's a really neat TV show, For Cats. It's a channel here on YouTube, For Cats. And it has, birds and squirrels and chipmunks. And I put it on the TV, and the two cats, the Tortie and Katy, Squirrel is the Tortie, they were both watching it. Squirrel, the Tortie, just sat in front watching them, was very fascinated by them. Katy jumped up on the edge of the TV stand, and within a minute, she was circling around the back of the TV, trying to find the birds and the squirrels behind the television. Now, it's not something that Squirrel did. I don't know if it's because Squirrel is older and wiser and knows there's nothing behind the TV. I don't know, but I thought it was fascinating how quickly Katy decided she wanted to see where those birds were coming from. So that's interesting. As far as their playfulness, they are a wicked playful cat. I mean, they really are. It is said that they're not really overly demanding, that they enjoy activities like chasing toys, climbing, and exploring. Her favorite, this is Katy's favorite toy. It was given to her by Aunt Lisa. This thing, when you turn it on, it makes the sound of a bird and the wings flap. And she absolutely loves this thing. She carries it around with her in her mouth, which is hilarious because it's very big. She has to hold her head up when she runs with it. It's adorable. But they're very, very into climbing, and it's all play all the time. As far as affection, now, again, this is my only experience with a Maine Coon cat, but she is an incredibly affectionate little cat. When she wakes up from naps, she seeks me out, and she's meowing and talking to me a lot. Such a cute cat. She seems very, very affectionate. She sleeps in my room next to my head. She needs to sleep by my head. But she seems so far just to be incredibly affectionate, not just to myself, but to the other people that are in the home, which is really kind of a neat thing. They seek out human interaction, and they love cuddles and attention. And that is for sure. So far, we had a company come since she's been here, and the company brought with them a little dog, a terrier. Kept the dog in the dog carrier, but with the strangers in our home, look at this. Oh, honey, what are you doing? She's twisting herself inside out. So she's outgrowing this basket. We had new people in the home, and Squirrel, the Tortie, who's almost 4, was gone. She was hiding in the furthest point in the house where she could get away from the guests. Katy Purry was in the middle of the room, walking around. Everybody was not at all frightened of new people. So that was kind of interesting. Let's talk about the vocalization, because it is different. They're known for their like very soft chirping meow. Okay, and they, the little, I don't want to make the noise, but that little noise that cats make when the kill sound. It's such a cute thing. When we first got her, we had the cats were. Turn this light. I don't know if the light's better off or on. Let's see if that's better. I don't want to interrupt again. Let me see how that light looks. If that looks okay. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so she couldn't make that sound, and she would sit in front of the window in the morning watching a bird feeder and watching squirrel make that sound, the kill sound. And the first time I did it, I was trying to teach her, and I made the sound, and she looked at me. It's a funny video. It's a short. It's here. You can. There's a lot of them, but it's here. She looked at me like, I can't believe you speak cat. How come you haven't told me this all along? And I worked with her. There's one video where she was close, her little chin quivered. But the very first time she made that kill sound, I got it on video. And it is the cutest thing in the world. And since then, she's starting to really find her voice. But one thing that's absolutely adorable with her, when she goes into the potty, for some reason, she needs to tell me when she's peeing. It's cute. She doesn't do it when she's pooing, but when she pees, it's not a meow. It's this little trill she makes. And it's cute. It is adorable. I look at her, that she goes, that she does her. Here's the other thing, though. One day I was in here. I've told this story a few times, so I'm sorry if you've heard it already. But I was sitting in this office. I was working on the computer, and Katie was in the kitty litter box, and she made that little trill sound. And I was engrossed in what I was doing, so I didn't look back at her. And it was just this dead silence for a couple of seconds. And I realized there was a silence. I looked back, and she made eye contact with me and was like, okay, I can go now. She is just, it is adorable. She is very, very cute. She knows where the camera is and plays to it. She seems to have a sense of humor. And I know she's awfully young, but it really does seem that way. She seems, it is said that Maine Coon cats are generally very laid back. They're easygoing and adaptable. They're great fit for families or children or homes that already have a pet. She got along so well with Squirrel. There's never been a fight. They have swatted at each other, but there's never been claws out. They don't hiss at each other. It is really, really adorable. And I would say that I would have to agree with the fact that it says that they're very laid back. And the reason for that is, like I said, when we had the company come by with people she had never seen, Squirrel was gone. And Katie was in the middle of the room, nothing to worry about. So she does seem very chilled and very laid back. It's really been fun so far. Now let's talk about the history of these cats, because it's very interesting. Now, the exact origin of Maine Coon cats, believe it or not, is a little unclear. But theories suggest that they may have originated from long-haired cats brought by sailors to the United States in the 1600s. I've also heard that they were mousers on Viking ships. So there's a lot of different information that's out there. The breed's name is thought to come from the state of Maine, okay, where they were very popularized there. And the coon suffix probably is due to their bushy tail resembling a raccoon. So that's probably where that came from. Now, they're working cats, all right? Maine Coon cats were originally valued as working cats, helping to control rodent populations on farms and in barns. And they're apparently very, very good at it. The breed was first recognized by the American Cat Fanciers Association, or the ACFA, in 1976, and then later by the International Cat Association in 1984. Really just a spectacular creature. A couple interesting facts. Believe it or not, the Maine Coon cat is the official cat of the state of Maine, if you didn't know that already. The Guinness Book, it holds the record for the longest domesticated cat braid, over 40 inches long, the longest tail, 2 feet. There are some celebrity Maine Coon cat owners. For instance, Nathan Fillion owns a Maine Coon cat, and Bizzle will be very, very happy to hear that Taylor Swift owns a Maine Coon cat. So it's just a really, really interesting breed. There, you know what? It's almost like a dog and a cat mixed as far as personality. I mean, she follows me literally everywhere I go. If I'm in the living room and I walk to the kitchen to get something to drink, if she's laying down, she's going to get up and follow me. It's just, I mean, it really is very, very cool cat. I'm very, very happy we have her. I think I got very, very lucky with her. She's changing very, very fast, and she's growing like a weed. She is just such a pretty kitty. I could not be happier with her. And the last night and the night before was a disaster, but last night was fantastic. She's good at night, mostly. 2 nights ago, it wasn't very good. But she has been an incredible addition to the family, and we're going to talk a lot more about Maine Coon cats moving forward. But I thought it would be fun now to cover a little bit about the Maine Coon cat. Isn't she something? Look at that back foot. That is a huge back foot on that kitty. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you have not hit the subscribe button yet for this channel, please do that. We're trying to get Katy. We need 1,000 subscribers to be monetized, and we need 4,000 hours of view time. So we've got, she has 404 subscribers now, so we're 10% of the way there for subscribers. Over 500 hours of view time already. If you guys are interested in the sleep app, there's a sleep app I made just to kind of help you relax. If you want to tune that in, that'll certainly help us get to that monetization spot. We're trying to get it monetized so we can buy some cool cat toys and wheels and really do this cat channel right, because she deserves it. She is a little furry princess. I was talking about the furry feet. Will you look at how furry the feet? Look at the size of that foot, though. 5 months old, just a little kitten. A great cat. All right, so please subscribe, like the video, share it, leave a comment, please. The best way you can help the channel is just by liking it, subscribing, and commenting, telling people about it. But thanks for hanging out. This was Katy Purry, the Maine Coon cat, and I'm just her human. See you guys later.